Okay, in the last lecture we have finished this part which was about the dimension paper, okay, which has basically 4 columns, and the last thing which we discussed from them was the waste calculations. Okay, so waste calculation means what? Yes, calculation about what? See, he was the one because of him. Okay. What is the meaning of waste calculations?
I'm not answering.
What?
Waste, like the extra material.
Extra material?
Yeah.
Hmm? Extra material?
Left from the construction.
No. That is another type of waste. Okay. This is waste calculations, which means the calculation required for the quantities. Okay. The background calculation. Waste calculation basically means the background calculation. The things from where you got this value. Okay. And I give the example of the reinforcement. When we calculating the length of the reinforcement, okay, we were adding something, subtracting something, so that adding and subtracting will come here, waste calculations. Okay, so there is construction waste in the calculation for that. We don't do any calculations for that, by the way. Okay, if there any waste material on the construction site, okay, we don't do calculations for that. We just take it as a percentage. 10%, 20% will be wasted. Okay. This waste calculation means that from where are you getting the quantities which you are writing in the dimensions. Okay. So if I am talking about this drawing, then there is no problem, right? 1500 is 1500, not adding, subtracting anything. Okay. But if the dimension written was 1500 and I have to add or subtract something to get the actual quantity, then that addition and subtraction will go in waste calculations. Okay, and they are exactly where you see them now. The waste calculations are exactly where you see them now. Okay, so where are they? In which column? Tell me, which column is this? Description, and at the end, and always on this side. Okay, you cannot change the column, you cannot change the place. Okay, clear? Okay, moving on, something which we did earlier as well. Okay, this is one of the reasons I am not uploading the lectures in advance. Usually I do for the course, for the other course. The course was given to me later on, so I was still looking at the lectures and I'm trying to improve them. Okay, but anyways, one of the things is that you will see that some of the lectures have some repetitions. Okay, I didn't get the chance to remove them, so we are just following it. Okay, what is NRM? What is NRM? New rules of measurement. And what does it mean? What does it give us? Description only.
How we will do this part.
Standards, right? They are standards of measurement. Okay, they are standard methods of measurement. Okay, so quantity surveyors, it's a quantity surveyors rule book. Okay, it contains all types of rules and standards. Okay, and you should follow them. Okay, so it tells you what you need to measure, how will you measure it, okay, what unit you will use, and what is included in the description and the price. Okay, so for example, if you write the price of concrete is 100 BD per cubic meter, this 100 BD includes what? Okay, what items are included in 100 BD and what items are not included. Got it? Clear? It's like you go to a mechanic and you tell him, I have this problem with the car. Okay, and he will tell you, I will fix this, or you will need a new part, and the part will come in 50 BD. Okay, so does it mean he will fix it in 50 BD, or only the part is 50 BD? Okay, this is what you are saying, right? So we need this clarification, right? The point is, we need the clarification. So this clarification is also given in NRM2. Okay, without it, your measurements will be very difficult. Everybody may be following their own units and methods and inclusions and exclusions. Okay, so we don't want to do this. So it provides you the measurement rules, okay, with which you can prepare the bill of quantities. If you go online and if you search for NRM, you will find Excel sheets, BOQ templates as Excel sheets. Okay, so you can download them, you can use them. Okay, so you don't, some of the basic calculations are already done. Like I told you, column 1 into column 2, these types of things are already done. Okay, and you know which columns you have to fill and what is the meaning of each column, what you should mention at the top of the bill of quantities. Okay, so these templates are there. I believe I downloaded them. There are more than one. This. Okay, so it has appendix A, B, no sorry, from B to something. Okay, A is just description, you can see that as well. So what are the things you should include, what is their section number, and so on and so forth. Okay. Okay, so this manual or this standard also contains the guidance on content, structure and format of bill of quantities. So if you open the NRM2, you will find, I show you the templates, right? But there are other samples available within the standard. Okay, so if you open the standard, you will see how the bill of quantity for concrete will look like. The bill of quantity for steel will look like. Okay, so there are more appendices given in the manual itself. So you can have a look and you can prepare your bill of quantities according to that. Okay, the NRM2 is divided into 3 parts. Okay, you have already seen it, right? The one which I uploaded and which I used earlier. So it has 3 parts. The part 1 is guidance. Okay, it's like a description of the manual itself. What is included in the manual, why you should use the manual, and so on and so forth. Okay, part 2 is the detailed rules for measurement. Okay, the ones which we have been using in the class. In the previous classes, what we have been using was from part 2, and part 3 are the tabulated rules. Sorry, no. Part 2 is the rules, general rules about each building element, and part 3 is what we were using earlier. Okay. We were using part 3 earlier. Part 3, if you have seen, it has very long tables, okay, with the description and everything. Okay, so that was part 3. So majority of the manual is belongs to part 3, but you can have a look at the other 2 parts as well, and you can go through them so you would know what to look and where to look. Okay, so in part 3 we have lots of tables, okay, very long tables. Okay, we have seen them earlier in the class activities. So and these tables are divided into different work sections. Let me show it to you. You've already seen it, but just for the sake of discussion. Okay, so this is part 1. You can see introduction and just description. This is part 2. So it explains the bill of quantities and cost management and so on. And this is part 3. And part 3 has different work sections. Okay? And each work section belongs to a different activity of construction. Okay? So if you want to know what are the activities included in a construction project, you can go through this list. Okay? But from this list, work section 1 is about preliminaries. It is about information gathering and price gathering and so on. Okay? So part 1 is not a construction activity. This is something which you do before construction. Okay? Clear? So our activities start from work section number 2. Okay? So you have off-site manufacturing, demolition, alteration, excavation, we have already used it, ground remediation, piling, underpiling, okay, concrete, precast concrete. Okay, so in situ and precast are different. I told you earlier, right? What's the difference between them?
Cost.
Main difference between them. On-site, yeah. So the main difference is one is on-site, in situ is on-site, and the precast is done somewhere else and brought directly as a product. Okay, and that's why the cost is different, the method is different. Okay. Okay, so this is what I already mentioned. This is a list. I don't know why it's there, but it's there. Okay. For some reason you don't want to open. We're asking, I'm not uploading the slides, right? Okay, so that's the reason. Anyways, so from part 2 to part 41, or work section 2 to work section 41. Okay, but all of them are from part 3. Okay, our main focus. Some of you have already shown me the drawings. Okay, others which are still looking for the drawings. So our main focus in this course is on these sections. Okay, number 5 is excavation groundwork. Number 11 is in situ concrete. Okay, then we have some for precast concrete and one we have for reinforcement. This is the main focus of this course. Okay, if your drawings do not have concrete members and their details, the reinforcement details, okay, then it's useless for you for this course. Yeah, we need them in construction site, but it's not the main focus of the course. Okay. Okay. So the tabular format which is adopted in NRM2 is consistent irrespective of the activity, whether it is excavation or whether it is concrete, whether it is reinforcement. The format of the table is same. Okay, so for all activities the format is same. Okay, so the first row in the table, if you go here, so if I, for example, if I go here, okay, so this is my work section number 5. Okay, so first of all, you will look here, what are the things which are included in section number 5. Okay, I'm looking for excavation, right? This section is supposed to be excavation. Okay, but does it have all things related to the groundworks? Okay, we don't know. Okay, who said no? Yeah, he knows. But what are the things included here? You can see it from the list. So maybe you are looking in the wrong work section. Okay, so the list, if you want to calculate the quantity of something from this list, then what are the things you should have with you? So if somebody wants to calculate the quantity of excavation, so what are the things he will need? He will need the site plan. Okay, he will need, this is like, it's not for every item in the list. Okay, this is a general list. So meaning where you will, once you will excavate, when you throw the soil, you will excavate and you will build something, right? So there will be soil remaining on the site. So what is the location where you will throw the soil? Okay, an existing site survey plan. Okay, existing site survey, sorry, site survey. Site survey will give me what?
Levels.
Levels, right? Excavation is according to the levels, right? So that's why. So these are things you need when you are dealing with these items, okay, or at least some of them. Other information which must be provided are these. Okay, so this is more detailed than the first one. The first one only lists the items. This is from these items what you will get. Okay, so they mention existing site survey, right? Okay, so existing means I should know its date. Okay, and there's something else went up. See, groundwater levels and the date on which these water levels were established. Okay, so this is like more detailed information which you should get from these items. Okay, so the items you should have, the information you should have. Okay, and then we have what? Some notes. Okay, so what is basically what is included, what is not included. Okay, what is included and what is not included in the calculation. Okay, so for example, now you see here overdig is not included. Okay, in excavation quantities or the price of excavation or these standards, overdig is not included. What is overdig?
We remove more soil
By because
by accident.
uh,
By accident.
by accident, by accident, by accident. It could be, yes. Always, no. I mean, is it always by accident? Sometimes you do it knowingly, intentionally. Why?
To get to more stronger soil.
Yes, it could be to get to more stronger soil. It could be to have better working area. Okay, because you will pour concrete, maybe you will put framework, foam work and so on. So maybe you need extra space to work with. Okay, so but that quantity is not included here. Okay, minimum information which you should get is this one. Okay, so these are things. So when you will go into the work section, these are things you will see. What are the items included? What is information you need, and what is part of the pricing, and what is not part of the pricing. Okay, it continues. So this is a continuation from here. Okay, column by column. So 3, 4, 5, and so on, and then you go to the other column. Okay, so things included: disposal of surface water, working space, excavation, filling for temporary works, leveling, grading, trimming. All these are included. Okay, and what else? So for each item you will see in the price what are the things which are standard included and what are the things which are standard not included. Okay, so this is this thing. Okay, so when you open any work section, the first information you see is this one, these items. Okay, the items included in the work section, the information you need, the work which is included and which is excluded. Okay, yeah. Then when you will go into the work section after this, you will see the item, you will see the unit for the item, you will see the level description of the item, and you will see any notes or commentary or glossary. Okay, any definition of the terms. This. Okay, so now I'm into the work section. So which item I am talking about? So it will be from the list. This is one of the items from the list which I showed you. Okay, so it's not like you are looking in concrete and you suddenly find reinforcement here. It's not like this. Okay, so what is the item, what is the unit for the item, and what are the different levels. Okay, for each level there is a description. Okay, so I am looking for this item and these are the units I will use, which level I am at. Okay, which level of description I will take. Okay, and then there are some notes if applicable. Okay, if anything needs explanation, the notes will be given. Clear? Okay, so the description of the item is written in the description, as we know, in the last column. Okay, and during the taking off process, the description is written shorthand. Okay, like in short form. Later on, you can expand on it. You can write more. Okay. What else? We already seen this. In the last lecture, we did this. Okay, we were writing the description using the standards. Okay. Okay. So when you are writing the description, the first column you will take from the first column you will take the name of the item. From the second column, you will take the unit of the item. In the levels column, you will pick the description of the level. Okay, and the sixth column, notes and so on, will specify what works are included and any relevant description. Okay, so you can see it over here. Okay, this is a description which you have written. Okay, and it is coming from the work section. Okay, and this is the explanation from NRM2. Okay, so this is based upon that. Yeah, so for example, now in the NRM they are saying if you are doing it for concrete, what is this? Reinforced in situ concrete at two different locations, you don't have to merge them together. Okay, you can write it in two different descriptions. Okay, and what did we call this? Bracketing. Okay, but it's the same item and you can see everything is same concrete, same reinforcement, same item. Okay, so we are adding them together here, but we are not putting the quantities together here. We are putting it separately. Okay, because the NRM suggests we should do it like this. Okay, where is it? Okay, let me. Okay, now if you look here and you tell me which row and column we have picked. Look at the first description. Which row and column?
Second one. The third one.
Second one or third one?
The first one.
Huh?
The first one.
First one, what does it say?
The second one.
Second, right? Okay, clear now? It says horizontal work, right? Okay, so where is the horizontal work? Here. Okay, then we look at the levels. Okay, which level we have?
We can do
Level 1, right? Level 1. Okay, and then what else? So if it is level 1, the other two levels are not there. Okay, and then you look at what are the things which are included here. Okay, so this one says there should be volume. Okay, so we need 3 dimensions. Okay, and here it is written that it can be given separately as well. For each location, the concreting of each location can be made separately. Okay, so that's why they are separately written. Okay, what else? Same thing here, right? Or is it different? Same.
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 Horizontal work.
against
Huh?
It says foundations, right?
Foundations, yes. So now if you are confused that foundation is where, then you go into the notes. Okay, and you will find that where is foundation. Okay, if the item you are looking for is not available here, the keyword you are looking for is not available here, then you can look into the notes. Okay, so if you look into the notes, you will find foundation is here somewhere in the horizontal row. Clear? Okay, these are the normal rules. When you calculate net quantity for anything, it will include all additional material required for laps, joints, seams. For example, you are doing form work. Okay, the form work, in order to put the form work, you may have to use some screws and nails and joints, and so all this is included. Okay, if you are doing groundwork, then maybe there is a joint where you have to, or if you are doing concrete work, for example, so you have poured beam. Now over the beam you will pour the slab, and between them there is a joint. Okay, so you will pour them together. You have to fix the joint. Okay, so this is also included. You are laying out the pipes. Okay, so the quantity may be only for the pipe, but within the pipes you may have some joint. You may have some. They call it seam. Seam is I have it. If you have seen inside, like this is the water bottle, if you see inside, you will see something which is, a rubber like thing. Okay, see. Okay, so something like this, the white part you see here, it helps it to fix. Okay, so this is now part of the quantities. Okay, this is part of the quantity. So this, you will not say, okay, I need 50 meter of pipe and 3 seams and 2 joints. No, this is all included. Okay, if you are going to lay out 50 meters of pipe like this, all these items which are required for the fixing is there. Okay, they are part of the quantity. You will not write them separately. Got it? Okay, so these are the general rules. And any waste material as well. So we're not talking about waste calculation now. I talk about actual waste material. Okay, and I gave you the example of the tiles last time. Okay, so if I say I will, like if I have to give the flooring of this room, okay, I need, they call it glazed tiles. So I need glazed tiles in this room. Okay, and the quantity will be measured in what units? Anybody has any idea? For flooring, what are the units of quantity? Huh? Area. Okay, so you will give me the area. I need glazed tiles on 24 square meters of area. Okay, this 24 square meter may not fit on the size of my tiles accurately, and I have, you see now column, this column slightly forward, right? Okay, so you will not find a tile which can fit here completely. Okay, so there will be some waste materials. Okay, so there, that waste is taken as a percentage. Simple. Okay, that waste is taken as a percentage. You don't calculate the quantity. How many tiles I will waste here? No. I have 24 square meters of area. I need 24 square meters of tiles. 10% of them will be waste. So 24 plus 10%, or 24 plus something percent. Got it? Okay. So waste material which you will waste, obviously this is part of the price you are giving. Okay, you cannot say I lost 2 tiles or 3 tiles, give me extra money for that. No, this is included. Okay. So normally, unless the contractor or the consultant mentions it specifically, these items are included in the price. Okay, so unless it is mentioned specifically, these items are included. What items are included? Labor. Somebody mentioned in the first lecture as well. Okay, so labor is part of it. Okay, if you are using any materials, so when we say concrete, concrete is made up of what? Water, air, fire, earth, right? No? Yes. Cement, sand, aggregate, water, right? So these are included now. Okay. Those materials. When you say cubic feet or cubic meter, when you say plaster, cubic, square meter. Plaster is made up of some materials, right? So when I quote the quantity of plaster, it is material, right? But you will not ask me for aggregate and sand and cement separately. It's all part of it. So that sort of material. Plant meaning that any equipment you are using, mixing plant or generator or something like this. Okay. If you have to fit and fix any material on the site, like formwork, I'll give you the quantity of formwork. That's it. You will not charge me extra money for fixing the formwork. It is part of it. Okay. Wastage I already mentioned. All rough and fair cutting. Okay. So we did the calculation of the steel, right? And the quantity was calculated in what units in the end? In the end, when we did all the calculations, tons, right? Okay. Ton is what? Volume. Ton is what? Volume? Area? Weight. Weight. Ton is weight. Wasn't, right? So, what was I saying? Yeah. It doesn't mean somebody will bring 1 ton of steel and put it on the side. Take it. I need to cut it, right? Okay. Same thing with the pipes. If I say I need 50 meter of pipe, it doesn't mean I need a 150 meter piece. Alright. So you have to cut it. So this cutting is included. Okay. Same thing with the flooring as well. Okay. I need this much area of tiles. So I have to cut some tiles. Cutting is included. Okay. What else? When you are doing the concreting, when you are doing the reinforcement, there are some standards you have to follow, right? And how would I know you have followed the standards? I trust you. You say, Wallahi, I followed. How do I know you followed the standard?
I mentioned the.
Yeah, both of you speak together, yes.
He will speak first.
Because he is good, right?
I did put the section from the code that
Okay.
I could this description.
Okay, and he says, Wallahi, I followed. Khalas, very good. Okay, yes.
Same thing. No, seriously, same thing.
What ingenious. Okay. You need to grow up, right?
You have to bring some consultant.
And he will do what?
To bring some consultant.
And that consultant will do what? He will say his own Wallahi.
This should be an
He will say
agreement.
Inshallah. Huh?
Agreement, written everything.
And how do you know he followed the agreement?
He should be from the starting. He should be there.
He should be there. He will have a, yes. Every drop of concrete you will do when I'm there, right? He will die. He will do some tests and some surveys. Okay? You will need some tests and surveys. You don't believe anyone.
Investigation.
Okay? Yes. Testing, not investigation. Testing. Okay? Testing and surveys. The cost of this is not for free. Cost of testing and survey is part of quantities. Okay? So yes, the responsibility of the contractor to send the material for testing. Some testing is done on the site. For some testing, he has to send the sample. Okay? So this whole process is part of the pricing. Okay? And in some cases, we need to do the surveys. Okay? The level is sufficient or not. The wall is straight or not. Okay? The beam is in the alignment or not. Okay? We don't need tests for that. We do the surveys. Okay? So this is part of it, including health and safety and disposal of waste. Okay, so health and safety. You have done some site visits.
Yes.
Have you done some site visits? Okay, so when you go to the site, what do they do? First thing.
We wear safety boots and helmets.
Okay, so providing safety boots and helmets, and there are more things because you are just on the visit. We don't force you to do many things. Okay, but when you're actually working on the site, okay, then there are many things you have to do, many things you have to wear, many things you have to keep on the site. Fire extinguisher, first aid box. Do we have it here? No. So these things are part of the price. Okay, the contractor is quoting. So he has to keep these things in mind as well. And disposal of waste material. It could be hazardous as well. Okay. So first of all, for example, if I'm going to build a BOQ item, which has, so the goal is to construct reinforced strip foundation. This will be made up of grade C30-20 concrete. Okay. So the first thing we will see is which work section, in which work section will we go. Okay. I'll go to my NRM. Go to my table of contents. Did I miss it? Okay. Okay, so I'm looking for concrete, in situ concrete for strip foundation. Where is it? 11. Okay, so we go there. Okay, now I'll go. I can check here what are the things included and not included. Okay, concrete volume is measured net. Okay, no allowance for volume will be made for deflection of formwork. Deductions are not made for steel sections, cast and accessories and so on and so forth, which are occupying less than 0.05 cubic meters. So you know, when you reinforced concrete means what? There will be concrete, inside concrete there will be steel, right? Okay, so when you say quantity of concrete is 10 cubic meters, it's not complete 10 cubic meters of concrete. Some part of this is what? Steel. Okay, did we subtract it somewhere? No. Okay, so this is written here. We don't do it. We don't need to calculate the net quantity. Okay, and what else? Concrete is cast into formwork, concrete is finished and stuck from this and this. All surfaces must be finished, stamped, and all top surfaces and soffits should be finished. And what else? When you are looking for concrete items, you must know the position of the item, you must know the size of the member, you must know the thickness of the slab if you are doing it for slab. You must know the permissible load for the casting time. At the time of casting, how much load the concrete can bear. Okay, so this information must be given. What else should be given? Okay, so you should know the type, quality and size of material. My material is concrete, so I should know the type, size and quality of concrete. Okay, the test of material should be given. The test of finished work should be given. Okay, so this is for raw material, this is for finished item, the slab or the foundation or whatever it is. Okay, if there is any limitation on what speed I can pour the concrete, it must be mentioned. Method of compaction must be mentioned. Method of curing must be mentioned. Okay, details of water tightness, how much isolation from the water I want. Okay, some concrete are very sensitive to water, some are not. Okay, because of the admixtures and so on and so forth. Okay. So I go into work section 11 and I see which item I am talking about. What was my item? Plain in situ, reinforced in situ, fiber reinforced in situ, and sprayed in situ. Which item did I have here? Reinforced in situ, right? Okay. It's written on the top in situ concrete, and I'm looking for reinforced. Okay. So this is my item. This one. The first one. Okay. Then I look here and I will see what is my level description. Okay, which level I am talking about. Okay, so am I doing mass concrete or horizontal work or something else? I am doing foundation, right? Foundation is not written here, so I will go to the notes and I will see where is foundation. Okay, so you can see foundation is here. Okay, so I'm looking into this row. Okay. So it's horizontal work, it's measured in cubic meters, and then I have to check the level. Okay, this is a level 1, this is in blinding and structures. Okay, and this is poured on or against earth or reinforcement more than 5%. Okay, so from the information I have, okay, this is for foundation. Okay, so I will look at the thickness then. Okay, because it's not, blinding is something else, blinding is not foundation. Okay, so level 2, and it's not structures as well, so I will not go into level 2. Okay, level 3, is it poured against the earth? No, foundation is not poured against the earth. Okay, normally we have something on top and then the foundation comes. Is the reinforcement more than 5%? We don't know. Okay, so we cannot take this. So only thing we can take here is one of these. So I should know the thickness of the footing to take the description from here. Okay, clear? Okay, then if we have agreed on these things, let us see if according to the table the formwork is included in this item or must be measured separately. Okay, when I am measuring this item, does it include formwork or should I measure it separately? Is anything mentioned here about the formwork? Okay, then I go and check here.
Yeah. Notes.
What does it say about the formwork? Included, not included?
Included.
Included.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4, number 2,
Number 2 says what? There is something else. This is about the quantity of concrete itself. Number 4 is yes. Number 4 applies. Yes. 5 is what? Concrete is finished and struck from basic finished formwork. This is again the finishing. 5 and 6 and 7 are related to the finishing of concrete. Concrete is not naturally smooth like this table. Okay, so this is not natural concrete when you pour it. Okay, so inside the formwork you have to do something to make it smooth. After you remove the formwork, you have to do some finishing. Okay, so the last 2-3 items are talking about those things. Okay, but yes, concrete is cast into formwork unless otherwise described. Okay, so this says that no. Again, this one also doesn't say the formwork cost is included. Okay, it says yes, concrete should be cast in formwork. Okay, so this tells you a requirement that when you are casting concrete you need formwork. But it does not say that the formwork cost is included. Okay. So if you come here, You see this one now. So there is a separate item for form work. Okay, in the same work section. This is in the same work section. It's not separate. Okay, so what does it mean that form work price is not included? It says the notes say that concrete must be done in form work. So if I am giving the price of concrete, I should give you the price of form work as well, according to the standards. If you are taking the price of concrete only and you are not asking for the price of form work, or he is not giving the price of form work, that means you are missing one item. Got my point? Okay. So this is where the NRM can be helpful. I told you. You can even see the activities which you need in your BOQ. Okay. So this is another method of using the NRM. Okay. So the levels the levels which I showed you, they tell you about the details of the work. Okay, and how much details the work should be given. Okay. So if I go here, so you see here for form work only one level, either it is plain or special. Okay, only that. If you go to this one, okay, then you see here they are only mentioning the type of surface. Here they are mentioning the slope as well. Okay, and here there are more details where they are using it. Okay, so as you go from one level to the other, the details will increase. The details which you need to provide will increase, or the details which you have to follow will increase. Okay. So from where will I know which level I have to go? I have to go and check my specifications and drawings. A specification and drawings have more details, then the level will be higher. A specification and drawings have less detail, the level will be lower. Okay, so only dimensions are given, then maybe are level 1 or level 2. But with the dimension, if they mention the slope and they mention the type of material and so on, then the level will be higher, maybe level 2 or 3. Okay, what else? So in the end, when you will prepare BOQ using the standards, it should tell you about the quantity of material, the quality of material, both, if you are following the standards, and but it is not fixed. Whatever is given in the standard, you have to incorporate it in the BOQ, but more details should be added wherever required or wherever they are given. Okay, so you can do more, you should not do less. Okay. Okay, so you were asking for the slides, right? I'll upload the slides. Okay, try to do these. Okay, and bring the dimension sheet and BOQ next time. Okay, for this example. You can take a picture if you want. If I forget.
Can we make it in the class?
Sorry. Finished. We are going home.
No, I mean the next class.
No. Not this one. I don't upload this one. Anyways. Okay? Clear? You are taking my picture? Okay, you will bring it in the class. Obviously, I will have a look at it. It's not like you will submit and we will forget about it. You bring it, we will see.
Doctor, the quiz only includes the theoretical?
Quiz only theoretical up to this point only. Okay? Up to this point.
Only.
When will be the exam?
Doctor, can you change?
What?
Because they have.
Next year, March? What?
The same
So,
day.
20
They have what?
That's it.
How many people are taking physics? All of us? Why are you guys taking physics? Who is taking physics?
23,
If somebody is taking physics, what's the date?
23, then
Day of the week.
I don't know. هذا
we may have to sit longer after the lecture. I don't know. Because we already discussed earlier in the lectures that most of you have classes till 3 o'clock or 3:15 some of you. I cannot meet it early. And the exam may not finish in 50 minutes. So if you want, I can change it from Thursday to some other day, but then you have to sit after the class. Okay? Who has a problem with this date?
Which thing?
This date.
No. Yeah, I have.
What problem?
Because doctor, we have too much exams.
That's not a problem. You will always have too much exams.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever I make, it will now, from mid of October, you will always have too much exams. That's not the problem. The problem is conflicting with some other course. Exactly at like the physics exam. It's exactly at the same time, same day. That type of problem. You have physics? Not physics? Same day, same time, right? This type of problem. Not like too many exams. Always too many exams. Even final exams are one after another, right? He may have 2 exams on same day.
Yeah, final exam, you cannot, like, you cannot